Hey, man, let folks come on up in here. Y'all meant to come on up in here, man. Salakia. Mm-hmm. Y'all come on back in here, man. Y'all come on back in. Yeah, Salakia for that right there. Salakia for that. But yeah, so we talking about the servant trip. We talked about that. And then the next one is Dan. You gotta see who Dan is. You can look and see who that is. I don't remember who Dan is. I think Indian Dan was an Indian, if I'm not mistaken.
They are.
Nah, Dan ain't no Indian. Who was Dan?
Dang.
I think got cut off. I'm about to figure out. I'm about to take that. I'm about to take that one on the chin. I'm about to figure out who that is. I don't know who Dan is at the moment. I'm gonna go back and look for that. All right. But again, y'all have to for you know what I'm saying, for cutting the streams like I ain't mean for that to happen. That was not my intention. But the water for y'all coming back in here, man. We're gonna try to keep this going, all right? Let's pick up in verse 16. We talked about the servant of tribute already. We talked about how Issachar is a servant unto tributes, right? We talked about how they are always going to be a servant unto that payment. They're always having to work for that pay. You understand? Right. Just like, you know what I mean? It's we all have to work for money, but Dan, it's like Issachar is different. And it's a whole nother spirit. And if you pay attention to it, you can see how they are. It's different for them having to work for theirs versus the other tribes having to work for theirs.
Right.
All right, verse 16. Let's pick up on that.
Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Dan shall be a serpent by the way and an adder in the path
Mm-hmm.
that biteth the horse heel, so that his rider shall fall backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18. I have waited for thy salvation, O Lord.
Mm-hmm. Now, verse 19.
Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Who is Gad? Y'all know who Gad is. Who is Gad? Y'all type it in the chat. We'll give you about 15, 20 seconds to type in the chat. Who is Gad? Tell me who is Gad, man. Y'all another 10 seconds, man. Y'all type in the chat, man. Tell me who Gad is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, I know. No, he studying, man. You know
right.
Most High Christ, Lord. All right. Dad is the North American Indians. That's why they're the Indians, right? That's like Gad is the Indians. You understand? Native Americans. So like so-called Native Americans. All right. He said, "A troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome." And that is true. That is overcome by this American society.
Right.
They have been overcome, but at the end they will overcome. They shall overcome at the end.
Right.
You understand? You gonna say something?
Lie.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 20. Out of Asher his bread shall be fat,
and
he shall yield royal dainties.
Well, let's look and see what that is. And while we're looking up what that word is, unless you already know what it is, I think I know what it is, but I'm gonna look it up and be sure. Y'all tell me who was Asher. Who was Asher? Who was Asher?
The definition of dainties: something good to eat, a delicacy.
And out of Asher his bread shall be fat; he shall yield royal dainties. All right. Who is Asher? I know Asher is the Columbia to Uruguay, right? Yep, that's what it say. Yeah. Columbia to Uruguay. And Naphtali. Cubans is Manasseh. Cubans is Manasseh, right? Where I said Cuban, that's Manasseh's Cubans. All right. It's all good. All right, let's keep going.
Verse 21.
Naphtali.
Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words.
Naphtali is Argentina to Chile.
Verse 22. Joseph is a fruitful bough, even a fruitful bough, but by a well, whose branches run over the wall.
Right. Now, we talk about something. So Joseph split into two tribes, right? Who did Joseph split into? Who were his two sons? If y'all remember, we read about these. Who are these two sons? Who were the two sons we read about last week? Who were the two sons of Joseph that Jacob had to put his hand on? He put his hands on these two. Who were the two sons? Who were the two sons of Joseph? Remember?
I want to say, what is it? Reuben? Benjamin?
It wasn't Reuben.
It wasn't Reuben. It was
Oh, you got it. Take your time. Take your time. Why? Take your time. Take your time. Why? Y'all know nobody else? Nobody knows? Nobody knows? Y'all ain't been studying? Well, y'all don't remember? Y'all wasn't paying attention in class. That's what you're saying, huh? Y'all got me up here reading and y'all ain't even reading with me, man. Y'all just listening to me, man. Y'all ain't reading for comprehension, man. What's going on, man? Who were the two sons of Joseph, man? Go back to Genesis chapter 48 and look and see what those two sons was, man. See what those two sons of Joseph was. We talked about them earlier. There you go, True Murad. There you go, True Murad. Manasseh and Ephraim. You understand? Manasseh and Ephraim. All right? That's who the two tribes was, right? Manasseh and Ephraim. Now, let me ask you a follow-up question. Same question I've been asking all day. Who is Manasseh? You just answered that one, Murad. Who is Manasseh? No sweat. I know what you meant. I know what you meant, Murad. No sweat. We all good. Manasseh and Ephraim. Who you said one of them was one of them. Manasseh and Ephraim. We got about 4 minutes. I'm going to give it to you. Damn right. Manasseh, if I'm not mistaken, I think Manasseh is the Cubans and Ephraim is the Puerto Ricans. All right. Right. Now he says that Job is what? He is a fruitful bough, even a fruitful bough by a well, whose branches do what?
Run over the wall.
Whose branches run over the wall. What does that mean that his branches run over the wall? What does it mean that his branches run over the wall? And I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to share my screen without losing the stream. What does this mean that his branches are going to run over the wall? What do you see Cubans doing all the time on TV? Well, I want to ask it like that. What happened? You seen Scarface, right? If y'all remember what Scarface was about, right? How did Scarface and his people come to America? If y'all remember. Why did they come to America? How did they come to America? Okay, so boats, right? Man, let's see. I'm gonna ask this question. So they came on boats, right? But how? Who brought them here? Who sent them over here? Who sent them over there? You remember? Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? They definitely came on boats, but I don't know about it. I just give it to you for time's sake. So if you zoom in here, you see Havana and how close Havana is to Key West, right?
Right.
You see how close they are. These folks come from over here and they come over to America. And the scripture says that those branches run over the wall, right? These branches are going to run over the wall into America. And it does it so much so that you don't even realize it. If you were to come down to Miami, you would see how many Cubans you got down in Miami. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. You see how much culture. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. Y'all 100% correct. 100% correct. All right. So you see how they came over to America, how they just came over so easily.
Right.
You understand how they came over so easily. And that's just because, like I said, his branches are gonna run over the wall. They're gonna come over this wall. And it's the same for the Puerto Ricans. You see how they come over this wall. They by the well. They close to us. You understand? And that's how close they are to America. You understand? Keep going, Uncle Shop, verse 23.
Come. The archers have sorely grieved him and shot at him and hated him. Verse 24.
And that's what you see, right? America is shooting at Cuba. America has been shooting at Cuba for a long time. They don't even let you go over there just on GP.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have an excuse to come over there. That's why they drive them old cars like they do, because they are shooting. They shooting archers. And you saying that archers are long distance, right?
Right.
They ain't coming up on them. America is not coming up on them and fighting them. They're fighting them through what's the word I'm looking for? Like tariffs and trades, and not letting them be able to do what they want to do with their economy. Again, which will go back to them old school cars. They got them old school cars, but they can't get access to new school cars. You can't drive a Chevy over there because America ain't dealing with them. You understand? So these archers are shooting at them, right? Keep going.
Verse 24. But his bow abide in strength.
A bow and strength,
A bow and strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob. For thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel.
All right. So you see what's going on. That makes sense, right? Y'all understand what's going on. If it don't make sense, ask it in the chat. I got you. Keep going.
Verse 25. Even by the God of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee, with blessing of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lighted under, blessings of the breast and of the womb. Verse 26. The blessing of thy father have prevailed above the blessings of my progenitors, unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. Verse 26. This is a 12.
I don't know who this is. That's right. It is a 12-tribe breakdown. That's definitely right. Definitely a 12-tribe breakdown. All right. Keep going.
Come.
What verse you at?
I'm going to start back at 26.
All right, that's right.
The blessing of thy father have prevailed above the blessing of my progenitors, up unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren.
Right.
Benjamin, verse 27.
So that just talks. So all that was just giving you a little breakdown of what was going on with Joseph and how he got his blessings, right? And how he was getting the blessings and how he was going to be strong and all these things. All right, you understand? Keep going.
Come, verse 27.
And Salaki, last thing. That's another reason why you don't see Joseph on the 12-tribe chart, because Joseph split into 2 tribes. Joseph split into Ephraim and Manasseh and got that blessing. You understand? They got that blessing. So those 2 are on the 12-tribe chart instead of just Joseph by itself. All right. I know that was a question that I had when I came to the truth, but you got that answer now. All right. Keep going. Verse 27.
Verse 27. Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil.
Now we're talking about Benjamites, right? He said, Benjamites shall raven as a wolf. You understand? In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. That's a Benjamite. All right, keep going.
Verse 28. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is it. And this is it that their father spake unto them, and blessed them, everyone according to his blessing. He blessed them.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 29. And he charged them and said unto them, I am to be gathered unto my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephraim, and the Hittite.
Mm-hmm. So he said, he said, bury me with my father in the cave that is in the field of Ephraim the Hittite. He said, don't bury me with these Hamites. How many times have he said this over the last couple of chapters, man? You know what I'm saying? He said it a couple of times. All right, keep going.
Verse 30. In the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field of Ephraim.
We coming out. All right.
Field of Ephraim, the Hittite, for a possession of bearing place.
Mm-hmm. Read them last 3 verses above.
Come. Verse 31. There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife. Mm-hmm. And they buried Leah. Verse 32. The purchase of the field and the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. Mm-hmm. Verse 33. And when Jacob had made an end of commanding his son, he gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the ghost, and he was gathered unto his people.
That's it. So he gave up the ghost. He died. All right. With that, we're going to say imagine. We're going to do one courteous salute to the brothers. Middle Israel, imagine. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barakatah. Yazim Matah. We're going to do one courteous salute to the sisters. Middle Israel, imagine. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shema Lathan Hashem Yahweh Yazim Matah. Class dismissed.